everyone, Shirley here. Well, I'm back and I'm doing a video today for Rach and Bella Crafts. I think you all know by now about the 100 days of junk journaling ideas. Well, week 8 is my week. We've already had on Saturday Rach, she did hers, and oh my goodness, it was gorgeous, her video, and what she made is just stunning. So you'll have to go and see her videos. Bella's done 2 videos with what she's made, and both were just absolutely gorgeous. Loved both of them. Oh, and I have to say quickly that Rach, she did something. It was like a snippet roll, but she did it with the heading tape of curtains, where you put the curtain headers in to hold the curtains up. And she made a snippet roll, and it was fantastic. Well, I've actually saved one of those, and I've had it for yonks in my drawer. Now I know what I'm going to do with it. So, Rach, thank you for that inspiration. That was fabulous. Now, Corrie is doing today, well, I say today, Sunday, Corrie's doing her video, and it's Textile and Fabric journals. Well, she'll have done it by the time you see this video, but mine's today, Tuesday, and as I said, it's Textile and Fabric journals. Well, you know me and textiles and fabric, I just absolutely adore them. Well, I have 3 journals on the go, and I'm going to apologise now about my finger. I did it a few weeks back and they thought it was broken. Had it x-rayed, but it's not broken, but the swelling's still not gone down yet. It is so painful. So I haven't got as far on with my journals as I'd like to, but I'm slowly getting there. It's the stitching I'm finding very difficult. But anyway, just to apologise that my finger doesn't look very nice actually, but as long as I try and keep them together and not move it too much. See, that's very painful, just going like that. But all I can say is the pain's like a sprain. It's not hurting at the moment, but as soon as I do something and move it the wrong way, then I get a shooting pain up it. But anyway, let's not go on about that anymore, because it will get me thinking about it. But let's get back to Rach and Bella. Now, she did a beautiful kit at the very beginning of the 100 Days Junk Journal, and it's I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Billet Doux, which is French for love. Well, this is my journal for that one, and this is the other journal cover for it. Now, what I've done with mine, I've taken out lots of the papers, but I've separated them. I've printed them off and separated them. And this journal is my pink journal, and it's all papers from the kits. But this is, as I said, the pink journal. And this one here, now, this fabric cover here, I started at the spring crafting retreat that Rach and Bella runs. Fabulous time we had. I can recommend the retreats if you can go, and if you're lucky enough that you can get onto them. I can highly recommend them. They're fantastic. Well, anyway, I started this at the retreat, never got round to finishing it, but I'm hoping to finish it now. And as I said, I've picked out pieces of the whole kit, the French love letter kit, and this is the blue one. And I picked out most of the blue pages, so this journal is going to be mainly blue. I'll go through it in a minute. But then Rachel also brought out another kit, and Echoes of Nature. Now this is my favourite. Oh, I love it. So this is the start of my fabric journal for this one. Now this one is as it looks like. It's going to be greens and lemons and beige and brown. So with Rachel's kits, I have 3 journals on the go, and this is I've picked out the pieces that are all pink from the love letter set. I picked out the blue papers there, and I've picked out and I've just used the Echoes of Nature with this one. Right, now they're my fabric journals. I'm hoping to get them finished, but as I say, it's a long process with my finger at the moment. But this is how the journal's going so far. This will be the inside, and I just cut it out myself, whatever. Don't really measure it. I'm having 2 signatures here actually. So this is just all I do. I cut out a piece of this fabric. Now I'm not sure what this is. I get this in Devon, no, in Cornwall, when I go down to see a friend of mine, and I can't remember the name of the shop. I'll get it in a minute, but it's actually one size is linen. It's like a linen, like a cotton linen. Very, very nice actually. And the other side is wadding, and it's all stuck to it already. So as I said, all I do is cut that out, and then I'll cut out the outside fabric to match that I want to go with it. Now, I'm not sure at the moment what closure I'm going to have. So until I work out the closure, I don't do anything with that until the very last. But what I always do, I'm not sure whether you can see, I do 2 stitching lines. Now, they're not in the middle. I fold it over and I iron press it, the middle, and then what I do is I think it's not 1/8 of an inch, but it could be 1/8 of an inch actually. So from the middle I do 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll do a stitching line, and then I do the same this side. There's the middle, and then I do 1/8 of an inch stitching line that side. Now that gives me when it gets done, it actually does a nice, not curved, but it gives me enough room for my signatures here. And what I will do when I come to put my signatures in, as I said, I have 2 signatures here. I will stitch one signature in there, that one, and I will stitch one signature down on that one, and then I have, I think that's 1/8. I'll have 1/8 of an inch gap in the middle, and that way they're not butted up together and squashed, and it just gives me like a tiny little spine there, which gives them room to breathe really. So, but that's how they'll look when they're in there, and that'll be, if you can see it, and that'll be the gap in between. Right, let me show you some of the papers that I've already done for this journal. And I have to say, Rach and Bella, I love this one. This one's my favourite. I thought the pink one was at first, all the pinks and that, but then when you brought this one out, oh my goodness, I love it. Now, excuse me, I haven't put the pages in yet, and they've still only got lots of paper clips holding them until I finish. But this page here, you know me, I just love my frames and put in things. And I die cut that frame there. Then I put some lace inside the frame, and then I put the border around it. And then this side here, I fussy cut this out from one of the pages, and I absolutely adore it. I've got lots of the other pages ready. I'm not sure whether I can find one. No. Sorry everybody, I'm fiddling, but no. Oh, I know what I have got. I've just found ready to go in there. Now I've gessoed this and made it quite ethereal looking. That's going to go in there somewhere, but I'm not sure where. And this side, I covered all of this, ready to do something with this as well. I'm not sure yet, but it's there in the wings waiting. And as I say, I fussy cut this one, and no, all I did with this was, I know what I did. It's all right, going off on a tangent here. This little picture here comes from this here. So I die cut it and it left me this. So I glued it on this page, and then I framed it with other pages as well. And then I did a border with a punch, very pretty punch. Now this one here, I've got a paper clip there because I'm going to put this here, and this is going to be a letter. I'm going to find a letter to put in there, so I'll have the whole letter going in there. And I've put a paper clip there to remind me where it's going and what I'm going to do with it. Oh right, but before I do anything else, I have this here, and she's going to go on that page there because I think she's absolutely adorable there. And what I've done, but I haven't put them on yet, I've fussy cut some beautiful flowers there. Have I? Oh, I haven't done any of it. All I've done is coffee dyed the paper, cut it out, cut the picture out, fussy cut these ready to put on there. I'm sorry, this is going to be awkward showing you this because of my finger. It's quite painful again now. So that's going to go on there like that. And this is the same. I haven't put that on there yet, but she's going to go there so that when you open this page, you'll see her, and then there'll be a letter. So maybe it'll be her husband writing from the wall or something, yeah, but we'll see. Just a little bit of a story with it, which is lovely. I love that. Right, so then this one, another frame, and that could be, oh, that could be her as a baby with her mum, and now she's there and she's all grown up. Lovely. And just some stamped image there with a bit of raggedy lace. Now this one here, I die cut this frame here, and I think it's in this journal that we'll see it somewhere in the journal, or it might be in one of the other journals, the frame. But I loved how this left such a beautiful aperture. It was lovely. So all I did was put a bit of vellum in there, lovely vellum that I had, stuck it in there, and I put that there, which is nice. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a stunning page? This will be another page, but I want to, I don't want to glue that down. I want to stitch that down. And this is I die cut a lovely piece of fabric here, so I thought that would look lovely there. So I want to hand stitch that. I'm not going to hand stitch the gauze. So that's going to be machine stitched. So it's going to go there. Now this isn't, oh, this is this lovely, that's the beautiful page where I fussy cut quite a bit out of it actually. Another bit of vellum. Now she's not a Rach and Bella Crafts image, but I loved it, so I thought she went there gorgeous. Now this is another envelope. I love these envelopes and I love putting little letters in them and not closing them. And so you put the letter here and you'll just fold it all up and it'll all open up as well. I found this lovely bit of fabric and I've got some stamping I want to do on that. And this is another die cut. I do love my die cuts. So that's going to go on there. Like that. And you'll be able to see it through the die cut there. Now this is another fabric piece that I've done. Again, I die cut a frame and then the middle of the image, which I die cut, I put on the bit of fabric and then pulled it over. Now this here, what you could actually do, because I scored all of these, and what I was going to do was, my finger makes this so awkward trying to show you. Right there. Now this actually folds up when you do it properly. Show it. There you go. When you do it all, it folds up and it makes like a little tube. And I thought of putting this somewhere, maybe on the front or something, and you can put a pen in there or you can put something in there. But then I changed my mind and I thought, no, it might be too bulky. So, but I did like it actually. That's how it was going to be, like that. And I thought it was so cute. But then there. There you go. Can you see? But then I thought, no, that looks lovely on the page there. So I think I'll just leave it on the page here. I'll adhere it there. Or I might put it in the middle, I don't know. But have it as a flip. So that'll flip up and then we'll find a secret thing underneath there. More die cuts there. I've already fussy cut the little envelopes. And I love the little envelope there, actually. Thought that was so cute. So that's going to go there. And I love this flower, this page. So again, I did a bit of die cutting and I framed it. And I might put a tiny bit of lace around there as well. But who knows? Work in progress. Move along, Shirley. That's my... Oh. This is one of those pages that I want to stitch it by hand. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, another letter here. I do love these letters that you do, Rach. I think they're fantastic. And I'm going to have something pull down there as well. I don't think there's much more now. This is just all the other pages. Yes, that's the other page of the die cut. That's the other page. Yes, nothing going on these pages at the moment. And I had this lovely parchment paper and the green just, oh, it was divine on it. And I thought, oh, not sure where that one went. So there. So that's that one. I'll find where that goes in a minute. I'll throw it there for the time being. So that is that one. Signature. Now this is the other signature. And I do love this one as well. I made a little pocket here, little tuck there, and I love shopping in Fat Face. My husband bought a polo shirt there a few weeks back, and he said, I presume you want the tag. So I had the tag, and the tag just looks beautiful in here. So I did a lace pocket there, ready to put something in there, and I did a vellum pocket inside of that. So that's ready for something. Now this one here, this is an alt new embossing folder, and this is one of my favourite embossing folders. And what I did with this, I embossed it on watercolour paper. I used my distress inks. I did a lovely distress background, and then I coloured in the little flowers. When I say coloured them in, I actually used, I have a Tim Holtz little roller. Where is it? There it is. Now, if you're very, very careful and you have your craft sheet beside you, put some ink on your craft sheet, and I put some brown, and then I just went really gently over, and the brown just actually picked up the flowers there. And then I got some green distress inks and did the same with that, but this time I just went gently over the leaves. Now you have to do this about half a dozen times, pick it up and then go over, because all you want to do, and the lightest of touch, because all you want to do is pick up the embossed, the raised area. And then afterwards I went over with a white gel pen, and I love the way that turned out, real naturefied. So I'm happy with that. Now this is a piece of vellum that I printed onto. Stupid here was going to make a pocket, and what did she do? She stitched the whole of the pocket up. But all I have to do is cut across there, and then but I've got to do it very carefully because I've already stitched and I don't want to cut into the stitching, but I have to cut all across there. So that's that. And oh, this one here, just a little belly band. I had a tiny bit of this punch border here, so I didn't glue this one down because I don't know whether I'll make that into a belly band or not. I've left it for the time being, but I glued this one down, and then I had this Tim Holtz die, and I made it a double frame, and I'm going to put an image in there, but it'll be a vellum image. Oh, this is me again. There it is. Remember I said to you we'd find the frame for the, it's in this one, isn't it? Hold on, and I'll show you. There it is. This was the waist from the frame I die cut there, and I loved it so much I didn't want to get rid of it, so that's what I did with it. Now she is gorgeous, and what I did was I punched this again, and again a lovely bit of netting I've put on there, lace, whatever, and then I put another frame on top, and then I did some die cutting here, left it, and a nice little, I had a little bit of snippet there, fabric from, and this was from Bella gave us the fabric from the spring retreat, and I had that little bit floating around and it went perfectly there. But this here, oh, I thought she was lovely, so she had to go in there. And this is another, I printed onto fabric, but my printer caught it. And let let me do that here. My printer caught it and I only managed to salvage this piece of fabric. You can see, I think you can see here, look, where it's gone really black on the edges. That's where it got caught. And I thought, waste not, want not though. So I stuck that on there, and then I put some little bits of the beautiful kit there. Another one, oh, I'm just addicted to these envelopes, Rach, and I can't wait to put things in them. Another punched border. This is, I think it's an A4 embossing folder, but I put it, this is, it's not vellum, it's parchment, but it's a really thick parchment, and that looked lovely there. More fabric again. So I have this piece of linen here, and then this is, oh, I salvaged this from one of the from that piece that caught in the printer, so I cut that out and salvaged that as well. So that's going to go on there. This is going to go on here. Lots of stitching there. And then I have this lovely piece of striped vellum there, which I thought is gorgeous. So that's going to go there, and that's going to go there somewhere anyway. But we'll see, it might all change. But I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the time being. Right, so that's my 2 signatures there, ready to go into, whoops, ready to go into my fabric cover when I've finished it here, there. But put my glasses on, hold on. This is what I've been, with the cover that I'm making, I like it quite raggedy. I don't like it too... Oh, this is going to be painful to watch. I have to really take care. So I'm just doing like a little blanket stitch around here. There we go. Now I can't just pull it with that finger, you see. There. So I'm going to go all the way down here with the blanket stitch there. This is a variegated cotton from Gutermann, and the colours went just gorgeous, and they all go yellows, bluish, peacock, green. So I'm going all the way down there, and then this needs to be stitched along. And then what I'm going to do with this, I'm not sure actually. I have some beads that I want to put on there, but I also wanted to see if I could try and do a very loose plait with it. But then I realized I had 4. Hold on. If I do that there and that there, that there, but if I come down with that now and then go across there, round there, across there, down there. So I wanted to do, as I said, a very loose plait that hangs down there. It'll be neater than that. Oh, and I'm not sure whether you can see this, but I've been doing, and this is just taking my time because I can't do much else, but I've been just doing little bits around the very delicate lace that I had, and put some French knots there as well, and went over the flowers that were already there. I did chain stitch there and stem stitch there, some little buttons and French knots as well, but I'm going to leave it there for the time being, and when I've done a little bit more, I'll come back and show you at the end of the video then. Okay, won't be long. I'm back and I've finally finished the front of my journal cover. I haven't stitched it onto the backing yet because there's things I want to do on the inside cover here, but I finished everything that I want to put on the front of the journal, and I'm so happy with it. I did put some beads on, which I thought I might. So I have some beads in the centre of the flower there, and just one bead in the centre of the crocheted flower there. And I did plait the fabrics together, and then I realised it looked like the stem of a flower. So what I did, I put extra pieces on this side to fluff the flower out a bit more, and I was quite happy with that. Finished off the blanket stitch there, and then finished hand stitching everything around the edges to make sure it's all secure, and I've put 2 extra buttons at the top there, but I'm almost certain that's it finished now. If anything, I might put a little quote here from a stamp that I have. I'll stamp it onto a nice piece of fabric and then I'll stitch it down here, but I'm not certain of that, so that's why I didn't do it. But anyway, I finished the fabric front, which I wanted to do, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll be back next week with another video from Rach and Bella. I know what I'm doing with that one as well, and I'm quite excited of that. It's like a mixed media that I'm going to do. But anyway, there you go. All finished. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.